My guests, Bob and Ray, tell me they're quite impressed with the preparations going on here in Los Angeles for the next year's Olympic Games. And they've assigned their ace sports reporter, Biff Burns, to ferret out an Olympic story, and he's done just that. Here's Biff and his guest.
Thank you. Thank you, Johnny. My guest here in the sports room is a fellow named Big Steve Warbler. It's a name that you're going to be hearing a lot of because he's the world champion high jumper, and I want to welcome you to the sports room, Big Steve.
Well, thanks, Biff. It's great to be here. There's a correction there, though. You said I was the world champion high jumper. Actually, I'm the world champion low jumper.
Well, there can't be too much difference between the two events.
No, but
what's your record in the low jump?
I've jumped 57 feet 8 inches, which is about 50 feet farther than the record for the high jump.
Well, that would seem like there is a lot more difference between two events than we had thought at first. Would you care to explain it?
Well, sure. You see, in high jumping, you stand in a low place, and you see how high up you can jump.
Right.
In low jumping, stand in a high place, see how far down you can jump.
You and I both know the answer to this next question, but for the sake of the viewers looking in who may not, would you care to comment on the whole thing?
Well, it's pretty basic. Actually, I might point out here, though, that if you jump from a high place and you get killed, then that jump does not count. See, that's why my 57 feet 8 inches still stands as an all-time record.
I should imagine. Now, this may seem like an embarrassing question to throw at you, Big Steve, but isn't this kind of a dumb sport that would only appeal to big lummoxes like yourself who have rocks in their head?
Well, I guess you could make a pretty good argument for that, Biff. But personally, I feel low jumping has it all over high jumping. You see, in high jumping, you can strain a muscle or hurt yourself on the jump up and break a bone on the fall down.
Right.
But in low jumping, all you have to worry about is what happens to you on the way down.
I guess there's a certain amount of logic to that, but I don't think, I think it's too complicated for most of the viewers to understand. Now, you're trying to get low jumping accepted as a major track and field event, is that right? And even in the Olympics.
That's right. There's a promoter back in New York who wants to rent the Palisades along the Hudson River and have us jump into the water. But that would not be an official jump because you can't land on water or anything soft like that.
Oh, I thought the object of the whole thing was just to live through the event.
Yeah.
I didn't know the surface you landed on had anything to do with it.
I jump mostly on asphalt and concrete. But you can jump on the natural ground too, providing it hasn't been softened by rain or moisture of any kind. See?
How about AstroTurf, stuff like that?
Well, that's okay too, providing the phony grass isn't too tall to break your fall, or been softened by moisture either.
Well, I can see the rules are pretty strict on that. If you get low jumping accepted as an Olympic event, you'll have to do it from the window of a downtown office building, something
Yes,
like that.
and that's not too satisfactory, Biff, because in case of a tie, then you have to go up one story at a time, which is 10 feet. See. So, no, I think it'd be much better if we could use a fire department ladder and go up a little bit at a time.
Makes more sense.
Yeah, it does.
How many entrants from all over the world do you plan would go into a thing like this low jumping?
Well, from the mail I've received, there are 2 others. There's a Tibetan who puts himself in a trance and jumps off mountains. And there's another guy in France who's kind of flaky, too.
All right, well, there are 2, and then you make 3. There would be 3 of you in all, then.
Well, no, I'm decided not to compete. I think it'd take a real fruitcake to think he could break that 57-foot 8-inch record that I already hold, see? And I've learned through experience that low jumping over 30 or 40 feet can give you a real headache. So I decided, who needs it?
Well, I was going to say that at the outset of the interview, but you said it for me. Our guest in the sports room was Big Steve Warbler, and this is Biff Burns saying, till next time, this is Biff Burns saying so long. Thank you, Big Steve.
Bob and Ray.
jumping.
That's a funny routine. Never heard you do that one before, is it?
No, we haven't done that before. That's no one at the Olympics.
You got a book out, too. We're going to have a piece to do from it. I guess we didn't have time tonight. This is a call from approximately coast to coast. It's the Bob and Rachel. Are these all things that you've done over the years?
Well, there's scripts mostly from that new public radio program that
Right.
we've just decided to do. It'll be on the air in January.
That's the title of it, From Approximately Coast to Coast.
Yeah.
That's the Bob and Ray Show. Soon to be a major motion picture.
No kidding. I didn't know that.
Wasn't room for that on the
Good to see you guys again. You've won the, I understand, the Peabody Award again for the third time?
Third time.
Congratulations. That's a very distinguished and prestigious award.
Thank you very much.
You guys give each other Christmas gifts after knowing each other all the years you've worked together. How do you handle that?
Well, like anything else, after we've been 38 years, you don't know what to give the guy after 38 years.
It's hard to find something different, you know.
Yeah.
It's like trying to shop for Richard Dawson. I mean, he's received everything there is, you know, from his contestants.
Have you made a decision in this?
I think I'm going to give him some goldfish this year. It's a nice gift, don't you think?
Good. And I don't
Goldfish?
Goldfish, yeah.
Does he like goldfish?
I don't know. Do you like goldfish?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to get them anyway.
If you'll accept an aardvark.
Yeah. That means you have to get in an aquarium and.
All this
No, I'm just going to get 2 or 3 in the 5 and 10 cent store. I put a little glass bowl.
Well, that's right.
They only live about 10 days.
That's right. A lot of them end up you know where. Yeah.
Sure.
Which one of your kids is a comedy writer? Seriously?
My son Chris.
Writes for the David Letterman
Writes for
show.
Letterman, yeah.
That is great.
Yeah, very proud of him.
Yeah. Does he enjoy it? Has he ever written anything for you?
No.
Two fellows?
No.
Yeah. Well, that's really great. I'm glad to hear it. We're going to take a break. We'll be right. Did Mike Rozier make it in?
Yeah.